Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here. This is Revolution 3. It's the same series, so we'll call it episode 22. So I have updated the pack to Revolution 3. So a couple of things have disappeared, a couple of things are no longer there, like HQM's gone. To be replaced by better questing, which I think is this one. There's no quests written yet, but it's definitely working. A little bit of a bug where if you open it and close it and then go to walk forward, it opens it again, but that's neither here nor there. That's not a groundbreaking, game-changing thing. I thought I'd start with what I've done so far, but let me just quickly make one of them. Okay, so what I've done so far, and you might be able to see just straight away, made a tank. And if you watch my other series, you'll see I've made this in one of my other series. It's just some tree defenses and some tank blocks, I think, or whatever it is, iron siding, or I forget what it is. Some sort of sheet metal block, that's the one. My NEI's bugged a little, there we go. Sheet metal block, just like that. Makes 4 of them. You build it in this structure. So I've just got the biodiesel coming out into this tank for later use. So I'm still not sure whether I'm going to build the generator down here or not. And what I do in this episode will decide that fate, I guess. Next thing I've done, and it's a bit of a change, I ripped the farm out. You can see my little golems there. I ripped the forestry farm completely out, and I got garden soil, and I went to town. So this took, luckily the garden soil generally is just per object put in. I think it's like 8 items in, gives you a one of the composty things. Because I've got tons and tons of this canola seeds, I just threw them in there and they seem to work. Seem to do the job. So I've got a couple of little golems here. Pretty much made the same sort of upgrades that I did for old mate over here. And I've recently put this sugarcane in, and there's a reason I've done that. Just, I'm a little worried he can't actually see this. So they're a little bit slow at the moment. They're just basic ones. I will upgrade them probably later. I just wanted to see, I guess, proof of concept, make sure everything is working. But it's pretty much the chest in the middle is connected up to the same conduit system that was already there. Obviously, it just doesn't require power now. So anything I can do without chewing power is excellent. So you can see these things are growing nicely, and they're the 888 seeds, so they produce a fairly decent amount of stuff. I'm not sure whether the canola's working. Might sound strange. There will be some. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on that, and I'll probably change these little bits out to cobble or something. Not sure what I'm putting here yet. Really am undecided. But what I thought I would do is, at the moment I've got, as before, I've got the pumpkins going into here and turning into seeds, and then the seeds are going into here. You can see there we've got a nice little backlog. I think what we're hurting on at the moment is actually the ethanol. So that's the wheat, and the potatoes are going into here. And it's burning through it fairly quickly. But I've got a decent amount of biodiesel in here. You can see I still had a bit more garden soil there. Shush you. Off with his head. These cannons are great. We meant to hit him. Oh, was going for that, obviously. It's trying to hit the spirit, or whatever that is up there. These definitely coming in handy. Would love to work out a way of auto filling them, but at the moment I just kind of throw my junk in there. Things are happy. Okay, so that, yeah, upgraded the farm. Definitely produces a lot more than the old one did, and it doesn't get all caught up with tons and tons and tons of a particular canola, of a particular item. At the moment, it's been running a little while. It hasn't done too much in the way of negative effects yet. But yes, I've got a little bit of a plan to try and come up with another form of fuel. I'm not sure why I'm going to all these lengths. I just decided to make another form of fuel. In that respect, I was going to make a vat. Ender IO vat. I think I've got some of what I need. I don't have all yet. I need a little bit more in the way of iron plates. Thought I had a few available. I've got one. Need another 6. It's in here at the moment. Electrical steel, that will come in handy. It must be over here then. So I need to make a cauldron. Game's a little bit laggy. So cauldron is made with the plates, obviously. Luckily I had a spot available. So what else do we need? We need a cauldron and we need 2 of these fluid tanks. I think that's just glass in the middle, isn't it? And then some electrical steel and a furnace. So, can I make... No, I need another 8 iron. And the 2 glass would probably be quite helpful as well. Two glass. Let that cook up. That's the circuit board from the farm. I need to dump it into a chest somewhere. I can go in there. Don't plan on doing any RotaryCraft in this episode. Let's see. 2 of them. 7 of them. So the 7 of these I should be able to get cauldron, 2 vats, 2 liquid tanks I should say. Oh, I need to make the furnace. No. You. Cauldron. I swear I made a furnace. Did I not make it? That would explain a lot. What's going on? Yay! Okay, so that's a vat. And what I was going to do with this vat was use just going to place him down here for the moment. And the idea was to get water into him, so I may actually end up moving him over there somewhere. I didn't realize I did it on that machine too. Actually, let's do that. Let's move him somewhere where we can get to water and this. You can go there. We've got some fluid conduits. We'll run some water in. Ah! What are you doing? do you do that for? Why do you do that? Oh. Are these just regular ones? Oh, whoops. Pressurized ones. Let's do it right. He's probably going to blow up now, my luck. Oh well. Things didn't blow up, that's a good start. Alright. And weak. Okay. I got water. And I'm pretty sure I needed there's a recipes thing on this. I was gonna make some hooch. No. Things are really going a bit strange today. In a vat with water, sugar and potatoes. So I was going to use the sugar from here. Some of the potatoes. I'll need to obviously run sugar through some sort of refinery because I can't just grind it. But these can go in here. Let's see if we can get this to work. Where's the sag mill? So I may need to make a hole there. Can I run sugarcane through a sag mill? No! Oh, you're killing me. Grinder. Or a crusher. The presser. Okay, we'll use the presser for the moment. It's harsh. I should be able to take sugar. Definitely going to have to get something else crushing this. Take the sugar through some sort of refining process and turn it a bit of power. Okay, well, we've got a couple of these left. Bit of power. More of them. Should turn it into a hooch. And then we'll be able to, I think you then refine it again to rocket fuel. So I'll need to work a way of getting sugar made up, which may just be as simple as making a couple of those presses and just sitting them up behind here so that this sugarcane outputs to the two presses, and then we pull out of the bottom of the presses with a conduit, and it away it goes. So that's not too bad. Hooch. We sure should be able to make that into something else. For some reason it's not. There it is here. So hooch is made with apples or potatoes, or poisonous potatoes are the best. Wheat gives you 3, apples give 3.5. And then the sugar. And then in a vat again with gunpowder and redstone, we should be able to get rocket fuel. And then hopefully we can use rocket fuel for something else. But we'll see how we go. That's step one. Guessing a couple of those presses. We might set that up and get that all running through. One of the updates made it so that potatoes and carrots don't go rotten, but they have no nutritional value. So they're very useful for things like this, or things. I don't know if this pack has golden carrots and that sort of stuff, but there is crafting recipes that require carrots and potatoes and that, and they now in this version of the pack don't go rotten, which is pretty cool. I don't know if these guys make it all the way out the back there, which is a bummer. I don't think they do. I may actually need to pick him up and move him to on top of the chest. It's a bit of a funny shaped farm actually, but I'll look at that in a few minutes. That's full of hooch. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do, and I'll make some presses up. I think they're not that expensive, just a couple of pistons and some iron or copper. Not going to use steel, that's for sure. A couple of pistons and some iron, maybe make 2 of them because they're slow. Just have them pumping sugar into that. Alright, the next thing I want to do is a bit more immersive engineering. And for that, it's not that one I want this one. So this gives me chunk view. The little red lines are the borders of the chunk. What I want to do is I want to see if there's any minerals, immersive engineering minerals, in these chunks. I might just start with something nearby, and I'm not sure if this works. I have not tested this. Thought I'd start nearby and see if we can get it to work. So the recipe for this should be that and that, and then 2 of them, and 3 of these. Do I have my hammer? Yes, I've got my hammer, and I should be able to. Pretty sure that was right. Two light engineering blocks, 3 steel fences, and 4 steel scaffoldings. Is there a particular place I need to hit it with the hammer? Maybe it's not disabled in this one. Odd. Maybe I actually have to. No, I'm pretty sure you build this one. Alright, I'll be back in just a second when I've worked this out. Whoops, don't I feel like a bit of a dodo? So used to the immersive engineering items being a multi-block that I didn't even think about actually making the machine, you know. I yeah, just didn't. I don't know. Bit of a brain fart, I think. Okay, so this works by placing it down. I want to do this somewhere where I got power nearby would be great. Maybe in this chunk. Let's see. Somewhere where I can get a cable to. without too much hassle. So let's place him in this chunk. And this will work with a bit of MV power. Right. And a cable. Ah! Okay, I didn't like that. It burnt all the cables up. Does that mean that I can't do that? This was pulling too much power. Gonna need to make some more cable now. A couple more bits of electrum and a stick. If I don't burn this one up. Oh, one more. Let's see if it burns. Nope. That's working. Maybe because I had a bit of a loop. It's 3 pieces joined together. But that's now drilling. I'm hoping it comes up with something. Yeah. Take that. Looks like it's coming back out of the ground now. And okay, one of the other changes that's happened, you can see that my sleep meter's gone. I think I mentioned it in the previous episode. Not sure whether I can sleep though. I don't think it actually progresses the night. I can't say I've tried. Oh. Well, maybe it does. Well, that's cool. And I think that only works because I actually didn't install the the siege mod, epic siege mod. We found bauxite. All right, so this chunk has some bauxite in it, which is cool. And if we look, let's just get out of off the ground for a second. If we look in here, this should tell us that we just get straight bauxite. And to get the bauxite out, I'm going to need one of these, which means I'm going to need to do a fair chunk of work to get, in this case, 12 blocks of steel for this, 9 light engineering blocks, 13 heavy engineering blocks, 3 steel scaffoldings, and then I'm also going to need the big wheel, which is another 9 blocks of steel and 20 steel scaffolds. So all up it's 21 steel blocks, 9 engineering, 13 heavy, and 23 steel scaffolding. So that's going to be between episodes, I think. But what I might do, let's do this one more time. I'm going to go and get some signs maybe. I'll make a sign. It's been a long time. Right. What have I got? Not a lot. Don't know if that'll work. Just make a couple. I'm gonna try. Throwing stuff on the floor. I'm gonna go out here. I'll place this down. Bauxite. And then so I just need to get up. If I go into this chunk, place this down. Put the connector on it. We'll see if we can hook this up without blowing things up again. Should run its course. Oops, got the pumpkins. There you go. There was a tip, I think it was from Triax, that said putting these on here supposedly speeds it up. I don't know. Can't tell if it's any quicker or not. Possibly. Really not sure. Got more if if I want to throw them in and see what happens, but let's turn that off for the moment. So that looks like it's finished. No minerals found. That's cool. But you can see you can just move this around. Not sure whether to put a sign in this one as well and just say none. Just so I know which ones I have and haven't investigated. But that's something I'll try and do in between episodes, is just sort of go around and try and see what we've got in the way of materials and ores in the area, so I don't have to go mining all the time. One of those weird zombie horses over there. And yeah, I'll start collecting the materials I require to make that excavator extractor thing. I don't remember bone milling there, but that's beside the point. And to run that thing is probably going to require the diesel generator. So I'm going to need to get all the materials for that as well, which is again another big chunk of steel and heavy and light engineering blocks and all those sort of good bits and pieces. So let's just quickly, let's make those presses and set them up, and then we'll call it an episode, I think. So I need to relieve my inventory of its junk. I've gotten to the point where these sort of seeds and stuff, I've kind of been, I can't do it now. I was just dumping it in here and hoping for the best. It didn't work, did it? I tried putting the industrial hemp seeds in here, and I don't think they were actually harvesting them properly, which is a bummer. But yeah, it definitely would have been more helpful if they could. Alright, let's quickly, I need a couple of pistons. I'm going to need for them. Oh no, I don't want stacks of cobble. Some wood. Maybe that'll work. Okay, that's one. And let's make the other one. Like so. And then what do we need? 12 iron. Iron will do. I don't have a ton of copper. I've got more iron than copper. So always best to do it this way. Okay, so there's 2 of those presses. I'm hoping I can automate this using conduits. Oh, and when I pulled the farm out, I actually took that solar panel and placed him up there to sort of help out. Alright, so let's go here. And there for now. We will turn that off. We'll make it so that this... Oh, we're going to need 2 filters, aren't I? I'm going to need some filters. So we're going to need 10 of them. Actually, 9 of them. Some paper here. Well, look, I've got 1 filter. Let's start with that. So I can come up here and convert this to insert with a filter. Get rid of that. Say that sugarcane can go in here. Ah! No! Some cooking oil. Pumpkin seeds can go back in there. Not sure if that'll work actually. Second that, and that. I'm going to need 2 more filters. So I've got to really don't know what that is. Weird. If anyone knows what the grain bait's for, please tell me. I'm very interested to know. I need some wood. So pretty much I just need to make a couple of hoppers. 2 of them. 2 of them. And then the paper, which I need more of. Excellent. So that. Hoppers. 2 filters. So 1 of which is going to need to go on pipe here. So on this one, I'm going to give it a filter, and it's going to be 2 things. One is poisonous potatoes. Actually, this may not work because of the thing. We might have to ignore the metadata. And the other is going to be sugar. There. And no, that's on the extract side. That was silly. Insert you and you. And this one at the top here, we'll put on extract. Yep, extract. Always active. I'm hoping that that's putting sugar in here. Find out as soon as this runs its course. Yes. Awesome. And then if I put that like that, it should also, let's see, take that out. Let's place our sugar in there. If I go and put these 3, oh, Okay, so it's pulling some of it out. I'm not sure if it's going to work 100% correct, but it seems to be working. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to maybe move this golem over a little bit and hopefully get that a little bit better automated. Thank you for watching the episode. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and hopefully you've got some comments to let me know, one, what that grain bait thing is. I've got no idea. And two, if you think the diesel generator is the best way to go to run one of those excavators. So, as always, please comments in the section below, and I hope you join us in the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you later.